topic.
I don't even know how we got here.
Superheroes. A lot of Supermans this year.
I'll take some Superman.
Supermans. Is it like Attorneys General? No, it's great. The new Superman movie is so good. A colorful Superman movie full of hope. I will take that any day. Thank you very much.
I'm dying to see that movie.
But Spider-Man, I want the new Spider-Mans. I want my animated Spider-Man. I want my Tom Holland Spider-Man. We just an amazing selection of comic book characters coming through here, and this is just a sampling. We have some big Marvel stuff coming up real soon, but you will learn so much from the comics world at DragonCon. You run into characters you've never heard of, variants you've never seen. Did you know that there are animated versions of Transformers that Michael Bay had nothing to do with? Wow. It's incredible.
I love it.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. here. Coulson is here to clean up some of the mess. Some of Netherworld, I guess, falls under S.H.I.E.L.D. It feels more like a sword activity to me in some ways, but S.H.I.E.L.D. is here for some of this. So, if Coulson and Quake can clean up a little bit of the stuff.
He's got his sights set on us.
Yeah, very much. He's just going to stop by a Travel Mart and grab something before he picks up a hammer in the middle of the desert. Again, S.H.I.E.L.D., supposed to be a secret agency. They put blinking lights on their car.
I mean, honestly, Coulson, I don't know much about it, but I think
hate to say this. I think you're kind of bad at your job.
I think they're blowing their cover.
I'm just saying. Maybe you should go back to Tahiti. I hear it's a magical place. And now, Captain America and company.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I like my heroes.
We could definitely use some heroism right now, and Captain America will deliver. It's everything from the USO girls to Captain America to Captain Carter, the one of the What If variants. And there's some great Winter Soldier cosplay. You're going to get some Blades around here. There's some great Blade cosplay I saw last year as part of the Marvel group. Oh, Khonshu.
So do you know?
Moon Knight's Khonshu is,
Do you know the actual people who can walk on stilts like that the entire length of a parade?
I do, and it is
What is
insane.
The deal with them?
The deal is that they're on the same workout program as the 300 Spartans, which I believe are coming up later in the parade.
It's so funny. It's a total coincidence that that's my favorite group, the Spartans. I'm not sure why.
I have no idea why. I'm glad you are such a historical fiction
I do. You
fan.
know what? I really do love history, and I like
I don't know how many times you think about the Roman Empire every day, but it's probably more than I do.
Yeah, and they also, make you think of other things, too.
Yes, like giving blood. Was that a good transition?
That was amazing.
I did a TV transition. Yay! I'm on television. Once again, DragonCon has one of the Southeast's largest blood drives in partnership with Life South. The Bloodmobile is just one of the many assets we have. If you visit the Hyatt, you may go to the basement to receive a free T-shirt, and there's actually a drawing this year for folks who participate in the blood drive to win valuable prizes. So not just the free T-shirt, but also giving back to the community.
Yeah, I mean, to be blunt and honest, it is a gift of life.
Yes, it is.
And we are constantly in a position of being in a shortage. And so this is something, this place is packed and crowded. People should take 15 minutes out, go do it.
And they do it. Like,
and
we have celebrity guests come down and do it early on. Good. We actually had one year the cast of True Blood all did a photo op while they were giving blood.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
And they're going to give you juice and cookies. So.
Yes. And coming up after that, part of the other gifting culture of DragonCon is the Royal Order of the Ribbon.
Which is?
So ribbons on badges. So you get this badge as part of your membership for DragonCon.
Okay.
It's the thing this is the pass that lets you into the Magic Kingdom. I hope that's not copyrighted anywhere. And people started decorating these little 4-inch ribbons that they order, and they put different phrases on them. They could be favorite quotes from TV shows. In fact, there are some people who actually cosplay as the ribbon. And, Jay,
time to transition.
Yes, I'm just going to let you have a moment. I'm going to take a drink of water, let you have a moment to observe the wonder of the 300 Spartans.
I don't know which part I like best, Brian. I mean, I definitely like the way their costumes are cut.
It seemed you were both thirsty, so I wanted to get some water during that break.
And honestly, I mean, just equal opportunity. The men and women, they both look fabulous.
I mean, everybody. There is actually a workout culture in science fiction now. We have a Muscle Nerds group. I am not part of this. I am wearing multiple layers of clothing.
They are not eating carbs. That's what I can tell you.
No, literally, like there's a Facebook group. It has a workout regimen. It has support for people who want to do this.
Yeah.
And these people are in legit shape. They formed a shield wall inside of one of the hotels a couple days ago for a photo op. It looked amazing. But they have brought, like, it also kind of lets people know, like, the whole stereotype of the nerd, like, locked in a basement somewhere, like, playing games on somebody else's Wi-Fi. No further from the truth. These people are completely into it. We have martial arts demos at DragonCon. There's a muscle nerd showdown, kind of like a traditional pose-off, people in cosplay. And keep in mind, one of the heroes of the muscle culture, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is famous for science fiction roles. Yeah. He was the Terminator. He's in Predator. He did all those 80s action movies with single words, you know, in the title. But I get confused with him and Sly Stallone and all the other people who did the bulking up and rocket launcher thing back in the 80s. It's a wide group of folks. And you have to be in shape to walk between all these darn hotels. Let me tell you that. And now let's get back to the science of the periodic table of elements.
And, of course, KR right in front.
You cannot trust elements. They make up everything.
How long have you been waiting to deliver that?
I have delivered that joke so many times on television. Thank goodness the last time we did it was on a different network, so CBS can disavow.
It's all new here on CBS Atlanta.
It's all new. All new puns. You will notice, if you are a fan of the periodic table in science, all of the noble gases wear crowns.
Oh.
It's a very good inside pun. But, yeah, so potassium is a banana. Copper is a British policeman. Thorium is somebody carrying Thor's hammer. They're all inside jokes and puns around the element. One year, a friend of mine was aluminum and made a dress out of one of those survival blankets, the silver ones.
Oh, yeah.
And then a lot of years they come as Laurentium, and they dress as Lawrence of Arabia.
Wow.
Which, again, perfect costume for the normal weather here. Probably a little out of place given how cool it is today. Radium, of course, is very rad. And now we're getting into Critical Role and Dungeons & Dragons. Role-playing games. Another, would you like to pretend to fight a dragon, but you also love math? What about statistics and having one piece of plastic ruin your game because it rolled a 1? Well, welcome to Dungeons & Dragons. Your friends sometimes dress up, sometimes don't, but we've gone from Dungeons & Dragons being a thing that you played with your friends to now being a online phenomenon. Like, people will organize professional-level Dungeons & Dragons games and have multi-year campaigns that are podcast and YouTube series. In fact, so much that Critical Role has one of their series is now part of an Amazon Prime, Legends of Vox Machina, which has like 3 seasons of animation now.
Question.
Yes.
Do you think Stranger Things brought in some younger people?
Yes, absolutely. Stranger Things did a big solid for Dungeons & Dragons. And it presented it well. Mm-hmm. It did not really play into a stereotype of it. It was an accurate representation of playing D&D in the 80s, and I really appreciated it for it. Another thing I was into in the 80s was Doctor Who. One of those like seminal fandoms that thank you PBS for rerunning Doctor Who late at night so that I could get into that culture without going to England myself. There are many incarnations of the Doctor. You may have your favorites, but we try to represent all of them here at the convention. This group is leaning a little bit heavier towards the older side of Doctor Who, but there's also some Centurion from the newer version of Doctor Who. It's one of the longest continuous running science fiction TV series in the world.
Incredible.
That's a great TARDIS control console. I love that. And the thing is, if you are creating Doctor Who cosplay at home or Doctor Who props at home, you probably had more of a budget than the BBC did when they made the original series. You are operating with better resources than the actual show did.
Okay, so that console.
Yes.
They spend all that time building it, creating it.
Yes.
Is it going to come out for anything else other than this parade?
They may take it to other conventions. They might use it for photographic props. They could make fan films. A lot of these people, the props they use are part of fan film culture.
Okay.
And there's tons of Doctor Who fan films around as well. The Crew Shadows are back. Crew Shadows, a constant performer at DragonCon. They have a group of fans called Fairies. Crew Shadows is very much into kind of the dark magic fantasy realm. And so Fairies kind of represent the fandom around that group. They've been performing at DragonCon for decades, and they will actually be performing Sunday night. It's a Sunday night lineup, but technically it's on Monday because it's at 1:30 in the morning. Again, dark magic. So many Crew Shadows fans out during the daylight. I salute you.
horror group.
Now we're into horror group,
That's
yes.
a broad title.
It's a broad title. So Jaws is leading up the pack.
Oh, my husband's favorite movie of all time.
It is a great movie.
50th anniversary.
And it redefined the horror genre. A lot of, like, don't show and don't tell. Like, let the suspense lead. But horror goes everywhere from scary clowns, seen other worlds, all the way up to, everything from novels, Elvira, the camp kind of 50s idea of horror, into some of the more psychological horror that you get in modern eras. There's been a modern resurgence of psychological horror films that fans have really, really dug into. And you've had like these low-budget movies make these huge impressions in the fan base and really push a lot of people to kind of drive these like small character-driven horror movies, as opposed to going for like the kind of the 80s like
Quint.
blood schlock.
There's Quint from Jaws.
Quint. Yes. He's going to need a bigger boat.
He is,
or in this case, probably a Suburban.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not going to enjoy his ending.
If in a parade, I would go with an F-350. That's a pretty big boat. And now the Ghostbusters, cleaning up the mess that Netherworld has left. Man, why don't they? Are they evil or something? Why don't they clean up after themselves? Anyway, we have called the Ghostbusters. We have texted the Ghostbusters. We sent the Ghostbusters a DM on Blue Sky, and they arrived in droves. I'm surprised we have so many ghost hunters at the same convention with this many Ghostbusters. They should talk more. Are they not hanging out in the same hotel?
I don't know.
They're in the Walk of Fame. Go visit them, Ghostbusters. They need your help. Oh, look at we have tiny Ectomobile. If you have a ghost in a small space, this is the Ecto to call.
That kid's
also,
a great driver.
This kid is running on battery power. Netherworld Chainsaw Horror Guy. You should learn something from the next generation. Go electric. Hide your hot dogs from Slimer. Oh, and I love the modern remote trap from the newer movies. That is a great prop. The Ghostbusters went wireless, too. I think that thing's 5G. Oh, and Speed Racer.
What a car.
Back before you had your Dragon Ball Zs and you had to wait to see if there was going to be a fight, you had to watch the Speed Racer and see who was going to win the race. It was probably going to be Speed in the Mach 5. This car has been coming to DragonCon about as long as I have.
And the license plate is from Michigan. So do they drive it here?
Yeah, but he only left last night. It's Speed Racer.
That's
Come on. And
probably this morning.
With the monkey in the trunk, he qualifies for the HOV lane.
Very good point.
But that Mach 5 is taking us into some anime and manga and pirates. We've got a mix coming up here. A couple pirates kind of work their way in. Also Fans for Christ. Fans for Christ is a good group, another inclusive group. It's not focused on the actual cosplay elements. It's focused on common belief. So you have all these different kind of groups at DragonCon that if the costumes don't match, there's some other foundational, Fans Over 40 or Eternals. There's some other thing that draws them together and represents that, that mix of fandom.
So basically they can wear whatever costume they like. It's more about the meaning of the group that they're in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And a lot of times, you get people together and they're fans of stuff like this is, classic G.I. Joe, right? So the G.I. Joe could be anything from the modern movies, probably not, they weren't that good, to the long-running comic series and animation and various versions of the animation, and then a lot of the off-book stuff that was it's part of the genre from the toys, or maybe it's from the British, kind of like the British redub series. So it's a broad group, and they kind of come in as are you more a fan of the classic 12-inch figurines? Were you more like me, where you grew up with kind of the 80s vibe, where there was a lot more neon than you would expect from a covert operative group? And Fallout. Fallout has been a big boom not only in the gaming world. Fallout has been a great in its predecessor Wasteland, which I played in high school. Fallout is getting into what if the 50s nuclear threat that we all worried about happened, but then people lived underground and came out years later and took over the world. I just connected
it to the show that we were watching.
Yes. Fallout became an Amazon series. It's going to be season 2 pretty soon. Huge fandom here and amazing costumes. One of the best ghouls I've ever seen was a mask created for my friend Mark Meir, who's a Canadian voice actor. He's the voice of Commander Shepard, the male version in the Mass Effect games. And his ghoul is up close, texture-wise. You could do close-ups on it on TV, and you wouldn't know it wasn't a movie prop.
Wow.
We're getting into Game of Thrones. Those are the only 3 characters that didn't get killed off.
They look kind of lonely. They're a little
that group
trio.
got smaller every year for plot reasons. And, yeah, they're finishing up the parade,
they're like,
even
hi,
though we
we're
may
still
never
alive.
finish the books. Not that anybody's bitter about that. Yeah, we once played Game of Thrones, the home game, and I haven't seen many of my friends since. Like, seriously, where did they go? Cosplay Repair, the Cosplay Medics, some very good friends of mine. Cosplay Medics.
Their job is?
They are at the convention, and they wear the little flag. So if you have a costume emergency, your thread breaks, a button falls off, your spirit gum goes missing, your super glue has been exposed to kryptonite, you need your costume fixed immediately. Cosplay Medics are roaming around the convention to help.
And does it cost?
No, they do this for free. Cool. And I have seen their kits. They are built out like, tool bags. Like, I have got toolkits at home for repairing my barn that are not as extensive as some of the stuff they're bringing. Battery-powered glue guns are my new favorite thing.
Wear more than one costume at
Yes.
DragonCon?
Some people will do 2 or 3 a day.
And how many days does it go?
4 officially, unofficially 5, 6.
So how do you fly here with 8 costumes?
Spreadsheets. You have a spreadsheet and very patient roommates. And now for a musical interlude from the Lakeside High Marching Band. I was in marching band. Surprise! A guy who goes to science fiction conventions was in marching band in high school. Trying to look surprised.
I am shocked.
Shocked that I was in the percussion section. Shocked. We'll give them a listen for a moment. Their science fiction tie-in, they are the Vikings. Despite all the warnings Led Zeppelin gave me, I kind of like these Vikings. They did not come from a land of ice and snow. They came from Lakeside High. They're just down the street.
And they sound good.
They sound great. And they are making me hype because usually after Lakeside High School Marching Band is one of my favorite parts of this here DragonCon parade. I don't want to spoil it for you. But they're going to. Yes, that's right. It is Star Wars.
About time.
When I was 5, somebody gave me a robot that was in a movie, and it kind of made me the man I am today, standing here on a street corner describing costumes to strangers.
So these appear to be basically
This is the cardboard troopers. This is the reminder that you don't have to spend a lot of money to cosplay at DragonCon. There is actually in Atlanta a cardboard con. So they took all their Amazon.
Con.
Yes, and it is about how to do low-rent cosplay.
It's basically how to use all those Amazon boxes.
Exactly. Again, reduce, reuse, recycle. You don't have to be a necromancer to do that.
We have a theme for this today.
We do have a theme. I'm using jokes from like 5 years ago. It's all coming back
working.
around.
I'm feeling
it.
Hip
Hop Trooper is back. Hip Hop Trooper has been in the parade. He's an OG of the DragonCon parade. But he's got his Adidas. He's got his crew. He's got a T-Pain Jedi. I don't know what color T-Pain's lightsaber would be. A couple of the Mandalorians. The Queen of Naboo will be arriving shortly. Her speeder is broken, so we rented her a car. By the way, these Amidala cosplayers are insane. First of all, if you remember those movies, the Amidala's costumes were always on point in the prequels. But seeing them up close, it's just so good.
Stunning.
So good.
And her arm's got to be getting tired.
She's
doing that royal wave.
You learn when you're queen, you work on your waving hand. The 501st is coming up. This is a stormtrooper-based legion that has turned into a worldwide fan phenomenon. It is part of the extension of the charity of fan groups and DragonCon overall. But the 501st has actually been recognized and canonized by Lucasfilm as a fan group. They have showed up in novels. 501st members were backup stormtroopers in The Mandalorian when they needed extra. So when they needed extra costumes for the battle with Moff Gideon, they were like, hey, we don't have enough costumes to fill out this scene. We don't want to do it CGI. They called in the 501st. These fans got to be on camera with their costumes. And they'll show up at parades like this. They'll show up and work with kids. They'll do fundraising for hospitals. And the 501st is based on the Stormtroopers, but you have the Rebel Legion. You have Saber Guild, which is the Sith and the Jedi.
Yeah.
They do like choreographed fighting. They learn saber forms. And they have this detailed cosplay that just kind of adds to bringing that world to life. You have the Gronk droids in all shapes and sizes. That is the OG Roomba, by the way. Roomba owes Lucasfilm a patent or royalty or something for that sucker. These Stormtrooper costumes, again, they're wearing white. This is the last time they get to do it. You know why?
Why?
You can't wear white after Labor Day. This is just their last chance to get it out.
I keep falling for your jokes, Brian. I am your foil.
Use that anger. Let it flow through you, Jay. The Emperor looks a lot scary on a hologram. I'm just saying, in broad daylight, kind of takes a little bit of the creep away. I'm still not going to go near him, though. Never shake the Emperor's hand. It's always a joy buzzer. By joy buzzer, I mean a dangerous amount of force lightning. All right, and the Emperor is leading the way to This Is the Way, to the Mandalorian Mercs. The Mandos have been popular since Boba Fett. The one good thing about the Star Wars Holiday Special was Boba Fett. Stand by that statement. And now that The Mandalorian is out, everybody seems to agree with me. Because half the stuff that's in that is now canon. I don't know if I should feel good about that part or not. But, again, Mandalorians, more than just the Boba Fetts, more than just the Jango Fetts. As you see in the Mandalorian's expanded universe, Mandalorians come from every different clans, but they all have that creed.
Well, and I will say that I only know one line, and what is the line? This is the way.
That is the name of their protein powder, by the way. That's why they can wear the armor. This is the way.
You just did it to me again.
We made a fake commercial for that on DragonCon TV 3 years ago. I intend my puns.
You do. You are very faithful.
But the Mandos have become super, super popular. And the Jawas are back. Every year, our Jawas, the great Jawa horde, come up with a different theme. And this year, they've gone to the circus. What have they taken from the circus?
I was going to say, what are they stealing?
Many, many things they have stolen from the circus.
Oh, this is awesome.
The Great Blastini. They've got popcorn and rocket pops.
They've got popcorn. They've stolen quite a bit.
I don't think they paid full price for those. The Greatest Show on Tatooine, now available on Peachtree Street. I want the jib operator to make sure they lock that thing down. Do not let the Jawas near the camera jib. That thing is really expensive. Don't get too close. He's going to take the lens. That's where all the money is in. It's in the lens.
They are crafty little buggers. There you go. And all the popcorn. Oh, and of course a rocket pop.
It's always a good day to have a rocket pop.
How is it not melted, Brian?
That's the space wizardry. If it didn't melt on Tatooine, it's not going to melt here.
I am trying to stump you. It's impossible.
Futurama. Yes, Futurama in the year 3001. You know, Zoidberg is an out-of-network provider. I would just like to let you know that.
Okay.
I would not go to Zoidberg even if I was like doing a high-deductible plan. Kif needs to bring him his pants. I hope that he put on sunscreen. And, of course, we put them at the end of the parade because what's at the end of every good parade? A Santa Claus. And it just wouldn't be a DragonCon parade without Robot Santa.
I know. He's not the type I'd want to sit on his lap, though,
Your
Brian.
mistletoe is no match for his toe missile, Jay. He's a different kind of Santa for a different age. Thank goodness we don't live in this particular future. Because Santa Claus comes but once a year and everybody hides from him.
Yeah, the red evil eyes, no thanks.
Well, see, that's the thing.
And it doesn't matter how good you've been.
As an engineer, I always question this choice. If you put the eyes to turn red when it turned evil, that meant evil was a built-in feature and you planned for it. I would like to see the design specs and talk to the QA people. That shouldn't be an option. Can you get the robot without the red eyes? I don't know.
Brian,
yes.
As the parade's coming to a close,
yes,
I keep trying to stump you and put you on the spot. But if somebody said,
I'm literally on a spot. I have to stand on this mark for the whole show where they get mad.
Stump you.
Yeah.
in a sentence or two, What is the culture of DragonCon?
The culture of DragonCon is whatever you bring to it. It is a fan-based, fan-run convention. It is volunteer-powered. So, of course, cleaning up after them is the volunteers. Our amazing volunteers, thousands, literally thousands of volunteers, make the show, but so do the fans. So DragonCon is not one thing to one person. It is everything to everybody. So whatever you bring to DragonCon becomes incorporated in it, becomes memed by it. You could learn something new. You could become part of the show. I attended in 1998, and I'm kind of part of the show now, and it's been a fantastic part of my life.
Well, I think that's a perfect explanation and a perfect point to take a quick break and come back after this and wrap up the DragonCon parade, sponsored by Netherworld.
I didn't hear any comms and.
All right, so do I have my bump in? Come back and wrap it up.
Okay.
Do I have my bump in with these two? When's the Netherworld promo? Oh, you want me to say that? Because I don't have it in the script. So you want me to pitch to Netherworld Haunted House again at September 19th at fearworld.com? I'm just asking because I don't have it. I'm happy to do it. I just don't have it.
Yeah, and we don't have signal on the preview monitor, by the way.
Yeah, we can't even see the monitor.
Yeah, it went no signal.
Place to be Sunday, September 7th. First, it's an NFL doubleheader at 1 p.m. The Pittsburgh Steelers take on the New York Jets, followed by the Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers at 4:25. And don't change the channel, because at 8 p.m. it's the 2025 Video Music Awards with host LL Cool J. So tune in Sunday night right here on your new home for CBS Atlanta. I don't even know what to say about this parade. I think it goes down as one of the best ever.
It is so good. It was
the
such
best
a good crowd
I've ever seen.
Good crowd in the parade, good crowd outside of the parade. Like this is I think the most fans I've seen on the street since we came back in person after 2020.
I agree.
And it's been just, I mean, one of the warmest crowds I've had. Like I've been here since Tuesday, getting checked in, and I've just run into so many people, gotten so many cool gifts, gotten a lot of thank yous to the volunteers, from the volunteers, and a lot of people who were just like, hey, when is the parade coming back? Like, you know, where's it going to be? Where can I watch it? So, like, there's just been a lot of eagerness and a lot of, from the crowds, I can tell a lot of new people. And I'm glad they're getting the experience along with us.
It's such a beautiful coming together of community, right? Because people from all parts of Atlanta, in the city, and even way outside the city, come down here early to get a seat, and they got a heck of a show today.
And in some cases, people come here, this is the only view of DragonCon they get. They may not have the time or the money to go to the convention for the weekend. And as being one of the biggest parades in Atlanta, this is a great way to kind of extend that culture out and make sure that it's exposed to as many people as possible in a way that's like easy for someone who's like, I'm not sure what I want to do with this, to come and see if it's something that they want to participate in.
So unfortunately, we've come to that time.
We have come to that time.
We've come to that time where it's time to say goodbye, but not without thanking our longtime sponsor, Netherworld. Go to fearworld.com. Starts September 19th, the Haunted House. And also want to give a big shout out to the crew out here. Everybody on headsets and behind cameras and in the satellite truck. Without them, you wouldn't be seeing us on your TV or your phone or your computer right now. So,
and without Lola's help, I wouldn't look like this. I would be in the Fear World display.
Exactly. So that's it for us this year. We hope we see you next year, because DragonCon's always coming back. Take care, everyone. Bye.